Welcome to the Next Level Podcast with Brian Daniels. Ooh, boom shakalaka.
Hey everybody, my name is Brian Daniels, and welcome to the Next Level Podcast. And it's another episode. And on this episode, joining me is my wife Raven.
Hello.
And my podcast tag team partner, friend, and action figure collector, Josh Thunder Shaver. What's going on, man?
Those are very accurate descriptions of me. How's it going?
I try to be as accurate as possible, my friend. It's going okay. Tonight we're going to be talking about on this episode, we're going to content creation, the very thing that we all do. And I don't think we've ever had an actual solid conversation about that topic on here. And we're talking about content creation, mix that in with some of our favorite content creators, maybe those who inspired us to do what we do. And so I've been wanting to have a conversation about this for a minute, and because if you don't know by now, we're a part of the Domain Podcast Network that we have. It's this show and then our sister show, A Bunch of Marks, which is our pro wrestling podcast that we do on the side. That's our two podcasts, and this one is more people from the Domain Gaming, Pop Culture, and Entertainment, which is our content creation group. And basically, how this whole thing started was I'll give a little bit of background because I don't really think I've thought too much about this except for maybe.
This is the history, our chronicling of our rise to power.
Our rise.
That was a HD reference.
Our rise to dominating our domain. Yeah. But basically, this whole thing started about 3 years ago now, where longer than that. I've been a content creator for about 12 years. I was thinking about this last night. I was like, when did I actually start making YouTube videos? And it was back in like 2013-ish, 2012, something like that. And because I started doing content for a place called Dragon Blogger. And a guy named Justin Germino, super awesome to give me an opportunity. I started out doing articles. I was doing the old written word, if you will, on their website. I would write articles. I had done podcasting before that. I've done podcasting about 13 years, so about a year before. And basically, Justin wanted to know if anybody wanted to become a writer for the website, and I signed up. I had to go back, and I found what my very first ever article was for Dragon Blogger that I wrote online. It was for a review of the game Splunky, which was on the Xbox 360 is what I played it on at the time. I believe they gave me a copy of the game to review. The very first ever game I got a review copy of was when we were doing our own podcast, which was the Game Facts podcast, which came before this little podcast called The Dragon Cast. Some of you may be more familiar with. Started. The very first game I got a review copy of was Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1. Back when they did that weird thing where they like put them out in episodes for a Sonic the Hedgehog game, which is super weird.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I got that. So did stuff with Dragon Blogger for a while, helped get them lots of subs. I helped get their Twitch channel affiliated. We never got partnered or anything like that. We did get them partnered through YouTube. I had a good time. And doing all that gave me the tools to become a content creator. I had never, my upbringing was we always had a camera in the house. When I was a kid, we had like one of those old VHS camcorders. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I guess you could say I was making content when I was a child. It just wasn't like going on like for everybody.
I never thought about it that way because I did the same thing. Yeah.
Same.
So if you really think about it, my content creation days were going to the zoo and having that filmed by my grandma with the camcorder. Yes, we did do that, guys that are maybe your Gen Zers or you don't know that people did do that back in the day. I'm an older.
I literally have a VHS tape, a homemade VHS tape of just a bunch of dumb shit that I have from a camcorder from when I was like
we did that as kids too.
9 years old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had actually thought about, this was a long time ago, but I had actually thought about going back and trying to find and, digitize
The tapes.
uh
Hmm.
the VHS tapes and
Oh yeah.
everything and seeing about uploading some stuff, just for
Pretty
nostalgia's
funny.
sake. Because I
Yeah.
mean, oh
Oh,
my
that'd be
God,
cool.
we
Well,
oh yeah.
But I just
something I always kick
yeah.
myself about is back in
Yeah.
high school. My high school did a radio TV class, and we did so many cool little projects that I had them on mini DV tape.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. So
Oh
those are
yeah.
somewhere, and honestly, I don't think I have them anymore because at one point in time I lost all of my earthly possessions, except
Yeah,
for
Mhm.
I
like
feel that.
a box
Yeah.
of clothes and some comic books. But
But I
um,
but we
oh
did
man,
but I guess you could say that, I've always
Well,
being in front of a camera has never been a thing that I haven't done. So I guess you could say that's kind of when that was. But
yeah,
I never
same here.
saw myself, and I hate this. I'm always kicking myself in the head for this because I'm 41,
Mm.
and you have to understand, like when YouTube started, I think I was like in my like maybe like 22, 23, something like that. It's been a long. YouTube's been
when did
around for a
YouTube
long
start?
time. YouTube's been around, I think, since like 2014. Um, I want to
YouTube's
say,
been around a lot
or
earlier
maybe
than
even longer than
2014, my
that.
dude.
Yeah. When did it?
I
When
was
did?
watching YouTube videos in high school, and I graduated in 2007.
2005.
Yeah. So it's been 20 years ago. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
was gonna say, so when YouTube started 20 years ago,
I was 25.
I was 21, and that was not a time in my life when I was thinking at all, and not anybody really was about putting videos online on the internet.
Mhm.
And so I look back and I see all these content creators who started back then. I'm like, God damn it. I wasted my 20s. And if I had not wasted my 20s, I'd probably be better a actual successful content creator today if I would have jumped on it. It's kind of like Bitcoin. If I would have invested in Bitcoin when it started, I'd be a fucking multimillionaire right now. Right? It's just one of those things. And
yeah.
but you just don't, we just didn't know at the time, right? I don't think anybody really knew that like YouTube would be what it is today. Nobody knew that. So
No,
I feel
nobody.
like I tried doing this thing with Dragon Blogger. There were some creative differences. And at the time, I had some people tell me, people that I'm close to, say, hey, like, you should do this yourself. Raven was telling me, hey, you should do this yourself. Um, I had done things with Dragon Blogger, I want to say, since like 2014, or 2013. So it got to a point where I was like, well, all right, I'll do this myself. And there was a separation that started between Justin and I, not a rift, but like, just, hey, like, I'm moving on. My time is up. My time is now. You know what I mean? So I had to do that. So
Yeah,
I did
I'm
that.
actually in shock that you made that reference so
I know.
fucking like slyly. You're like, check this out. I'm cool as fuck. No, we know.
so so I so I started up. I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, I had a YouTube channel that I just kind of fucked around on and made videos on.
Mhm.
All those are gone because that is now where the domain is. I had that. So I was like, well, I don't need to like create a whole new channel.
Yeah,
So I was thinking of like, all right, you're at your start. So for those getting into content creation, this is how it all came to be. Okay. So first thing I did was, all right, I gotta have a name. So if you're wanting to be a content creator and you're wanting to start a YouTube channel, which is
Mhm.
what I recommend you do, names are important. There are a lot of times to this day I don't like our name that we have now. I feel like our name is too long. It's and I did find out later that there's another content creation group called The Domain, and that's just
Yeah.
but they're called The Domain. But what's funny is like I looked and their entire YouTube is about Halo. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they won't care if we call ourselves that, like who cares, right? They have a lot of followers though. They have a lot of subscribers.
They have more than us,
And I
and that's
think that they're
fine because
like
we're the cool kids club.
and I think that they're based out of like the UK. So it's like, all right, we'll be the US branch of it's kind of like The Office. You had the Ricky Gervais version, but
Yes.
then you had everybody knows it, the better version was Michael Scott.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
But no, I'm not gonna put down those guys. I'm sure those guys are great. I've actually watched a couple of those videos. They're pretty funny. But it's all
Nice.
Halo. All they do is talk about Halo. Halo. So I'm like, all right, we're not exactly ripping off of them. So if you can find yourself a name that nobody else has, I recommend it, which is why we struck gold with our pro wrestling podcast called A Bunch of Marks. You should go listen to it.
Marks. Yeah.
Nobody has that name.
Nope.
So at least I got something right when in the naming process. So the
Yeah.
name was going to originally be Daniel's Domain because I go by Brian Daniels, and I kind of want I emulated. I saw what Justin was doing with Dragon Blogger. So if we're gonna talk about who I emulated this whole thing on, I emulated off of Dragon Blogger. I never liked the name Dragon Blogger because blogger is kind of a downward name. It's kind of a negative connotation. Like I don't want people to say, "Oh, you're just a blogger." Blog. I had people tell me that. I'd go to cons and I go, "Oh, you're a blogger." Like, So even Justin and I had a conversation once, and he was like, "I really wish I had never named it Dragon Blogger because that name is that blogger. The blogger part sucks so bad." So he knows. So I was gonna call it Daniel's Domain,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "But I don't want to be the only one on camera all the time." Because I would think back, oh shit, I would think back to, like being on camera with my mom or being on camera with my grandma or other people when I was a kid. Or doing things on camera with my old friend Mark, where we'd have fake wrestling match or wannabe pro wrestling matches in our backyard.
Yeah.
We had them on camera, and I just did not see me. I don't want to be Markiplier. Okay, which mad respect to him, he can do it. He can be the personality. So I was like, no, I don't want to call it Daniel's Domain because then it's just like then it is me. It's all about me. I don't want it to be all about me.
Yeah.
And I have always been this person where if I was going to do this, I wanted to do it with people. I want to do it with people that I care about. I wanted to do it with people that I would hope care about me and want to do this with me. Right. And there was someone I was going to do it with, but we're not friends anymore. And I was I tried bringing them in at the beginning. They did some of the graphics if you go way, 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 way back to the first few videos where it was just Daniel's Domain, it was just me. They did some of the graphics for it. And I was like, well, I can do this. And so I had to teach myself how to do graphics. So if you're looking to get into content creation, I will say this as a suggestion. YouTube is kind of the gateway drug, or can be. So can TikTok. For me, it was YouTube because we didn't really have TikTok wasn't really that popular back then, like 3.5, 4 years ago. So it didn't have that. So the only real pre-recorded content site was YouTube. Okay. So get yourself a good name if you can. Logos are a thing you can pay somebody. There's Fiverr. You can pay somebody on Fiverr. I paid a guy on Twitter for our logo for a bunch of marks. I did not make that one. I did make our domain logo. I put that together. There was a website, I think it was called Band something, not Bandcamp, but something else, and they've got images. I kind of took that logo and tweaked it a little bit, and then got that logo from them. That's our logo for the domain because I wanted our logo for the domain to look like kind of like gaming, and I always was a fan of the PlayStation like triangle, circle, cross, and square. So I wanted to use those.
It's a very iconic,
Squid Game logo.
The Squid Game logo.
Yeah.
So I thought that would kind of pop a little bit and look good. I like purple. It's my favorite color. That's why it's purple.
Okay.
So that's the reason behind that. So I didn't want to do Daniel's Domain. I was like, no, I'll just call it the domain. So at first it was the domain gaming and culture. That's where it went to. And then I was like, no, I have an old shirt. I have like one of the very, very, very I have the first domain shirt. Like where it's just the domain. Gaming culture and reviews. I think that's what it was called. Gaming culture and reviews. And so I wanted to emulate it off of Dragon Blogger because sorry, Justin, if you're listening to this, no slight against you. I'm always that person who thinks they can do it a little bit better. And I'm not always right. But
I mean, that's an entrepreneurial spirit right there.
Exactly. And so I was like, I'm gonna take the Dragon Blogger model and do it how I wish it had been done. Once again, no slight. If that's what's working for you, it's working for you. Okay?
It's just what you
Right.
had in mind.
Yeah. So I knew off the bat, and I'll say this to those listening. If you're gonna make a YouTube channel or even a TikTok, find what fits you. Find what fits you as what you want to do. You can either do a niche thing, like say you love, I don't know, like beauty products. Raven loves beauty products.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make
Skincare.
your entire thing be about skincare.
Skincare.
So when I was starting this up, I was like, all right, what do I want to do? That's the other big question, right? Is, well, what do you want to talk about, as Cody Rhodes would say? Well, I knew what I wanted to talk about. Video games.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll do video games. My thing though is I'm too big of a nerd and I have too many opinions on everything. That could be a problem too. That I don't feel like I would want to just limit myself. Now, once again, if you want to, by all means do it. Because you may be the master of what's that phrase go? Jack of all, master of
Jack of
few,
all trades.
master of none, something like that. Like me. I'm pretty well versed in movies, video games, gaming in general, sports. So I was like, well, I know I definitely want to talk about video games because that's what I did almost all the time exclusively at Dragon Blogger. I liked reviewing products, but I didn't want us to become a product review brand because I don't want us getting like. I remember when I did Dragon Blogger shit, I was like reviewing. Remember that time I reviewed a toothbrush
Yes.
from like fucking Hong Kong?
Re-
And I'm like, I don't
No.
want us to do that. Yeah, that happened, by the way. I had a company from Hong Kong. They were like, we'll pay you to ship out one of our new. What was it? Was it like a powered toothbrush, Raven?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and they sent it to me,
Electronic
and it came like fucking quadruple stamped with like all these stamps from like China and shit.
Which is funny
And
because now that's the kind of stuff that I review and everything.
yeah, and so I did not want to be the every man reviewing all the technology stuff.
Yeah.
Let Dragon Blogger do that. That's why I didn't steal everything from them. They can do the technology stuff because their whole thing was Dragon Blogger Technology and Entertainment. That was the whole entire name of their company. I didn't want to do that. We don't need to review scales or, you know, razors or, I don't want to do that. Right. I want us to have a niche, but it be a niche that everyone can be like, oh, okay, cool. So that's why I know I wanted to do video games, but I didn't want to talk video games. So that's why we are now the domain gaming, pop culture, and entertainment. Those are the three things we do. And that's a lot. There's a lot in there we can talk about. And I knew I did not want so my thing is I would say start with I would say of all things, what are you going to talk about first is the most important thing. Get your name and then where you want to do your content. So right now your options are really YouTube and TikTok for pre-recorded videos if you want to do videos. But we're going to talk about the streaming side in just a bit. Because we stream too, and I wanted to do that too. And when I started doing videos by myself, it just didn't feel right. And I was like, no, I want to get a team of people. I didn't want to be next PewDiePie. I did not want that on me. I didn't want to be an internet personality. Don't want to be that. And when I was a Dragon Blogger, I was always the guy who I wanted to lift other people up. That's how I got to know Victor. Kona started this whole thing with us very beginning. That's how I got to know a lot of other people that I've had the pleasure of working with. And I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, I want to help other people do this with me. And I want us to make this our career because that's what we're trying to do. Other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to do a podcast because Victor and I had already been doing Dragon Cast time. I was like, I want to end that show because that show has ties to Dragon Vlogger. And if I'm going to do a
Yeah.
clean break, it needed to be a kind of lean break. I needed everything to be original from us. And so this podcast you're listening to right now, which by the way, if you are, we really appreciate it. And when we say that to you guys, we really mean that. That really means a lot. This really helps us out when you do. This podcast is a spiritual successor to Dragoncast. And when I was coming up with a name for this show, I was like, well, it's a step up from the Dragoncast because it's with my friends. It's not just me and Victor doing it all the time. It's going to be me and whoever joins the domain. Because that time I was like, it's a domain. That means there's more people, right? And
Yeah,
so I wanted to step it up from that. And that's why I was like, let's call it the next level. It's really the next level of our Dragoncast show. So that's how that kind of came to be. And we're here. And that's what we do. And this podcast is essentially the audio version of the videos we do. And we just pick topics every week. I think this is our 135th or 6th episode of the show, which,
nice.
by the way, this is the longest running podcast I've ever done in my life.
Excellent.
Before
Me
it was
too.
Before it was, well, yeah, you too, right? Before it was yeah, everybody's right, yeah. Before it was Dragoncast, I think I did 86 episodes that I produced, edited. I have produced and edited all 135 episodes of this show. That's not me bitching about it. That's just, I'm proud to do that. That's something I like to do. I like editing and producing and stuff like that. So, as far as other influences go, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to take up the entire and not let you guys have a word in. I don't mean to do that. Who influenced me? As far as YouTube goes, and we can kind of talk about some of you guys' favorite YouTubers. And then also, what's it mean for you guys to do content creation too? Everybody wants to hear you guys too, of course.
Yeah.
Some of my biggest influencers, and these are people that I still watch. First off, I got to give it to Angry Joe. I've always been a big fan of reviewing video games, although I don't do it as much anymore. It is something that I'm going to try to get back to doing in 2026. So be prepared. We may even do video game reviews on this show because I used to do video game reviews on the old podcast I did a long time ago. Angry Joe is still a YouTuber. He has like millions of subscribers now. I followed Angry Joe when he didn't have a million subscribers, and the work ethic that he puts in. I love his angry reviews where he turns every single review into a comedic bit. It's really funny. He just did one for the god awful Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which was so funny.
Oh man, I've not heard anything good from anybody.
The game is absolute. You want my? Okay, I'll do a video game review right now. Here we go. You guys ready? Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
This is the venue.
The worst goddamn Call of Duty I've ever played. Fucking terrible.
Oh wow, easily.
Sucks. I think he gave it a 2 out of 10.
Damn.
Fucking terrible game.
Damn.
So recommendation 1 would be go check out Angry Joe. I take a lot from a lot of these people too. I don't, I emulate it myself. Angry Joe for sure. A second one, which I know Josh, you watched this guy before, is the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah.
James.
Yeah.
I watched AVGN when he started on YouTube. When he used to do when he would drink Rolling Rock and get mad at Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And now he's older, and I think he's older than me. I think he has kids now, his family. This is weird. And
what, people age in real time?
Yeah.
It is nuts though.
He still does it. On the couch and everything, just like he did 20 years ago. And he doesn't put out near as many videos, but I like Cinemassacre. I've watched James and Mike. They got some great content. Another person that has really influenced me, especially when I do convention vlogs and travel vlogs, is Adam the Woo. If you don't know who Adam the Woo is, he puts out so much good content. He had a daily vlog he would do where he would literally put out a new video every single day.
Hmm.
And I think he did that for 3.5 years straight. So I'm like, and I was just like, God, that's insane.
Yeah.
And so mad props to him. I want to meet him sometime. Seems like such a nice guy. So go check him out. As far as my favorite content creators go, and those are some of my favorites too. Don't get it
Mhm.
twisted. So Josh, you brought up the review, the year in review.
Yeah.
YouTube.
The new
Who
YouTube
was
year in
who
review.
was who was your most viewed YouTube channel this year?
Mine?
Yes.
All right, so check this out. This is crazy.
Uh
So this is such a random niche thing that I found. Um, I love the show King of the Hill. And this isn't just a conversation about the new revival. This is the original series. This is in depth, like looks into the lives of the individual characters. Like this is a picking apart an episode, looking at the thematic themes about it. It's this guy who has just more free time than I do because
Yeah.
I would probably be doing the same shit because I love the content so much that he
Yeah.
just goes and picks apart the entirety of King of the Hill and treats it like it's real people and saying, hey, this is going on here and there, and he's got just enough
Nice.
content out there that I came across it in like February or March and was
Yeah.
able to watch his entire channel and get caught up. And now I wait for the new episodes to come out all the time.
Oh, that's
So when I
cool.
hit my YouTube year in review, it said, "Hey, you are Squirrel Tactics." Yes, the King of the Hill page is called Squirrel Tactics. You are Squirrel Tactics top 2% viewers because you've watched all of his videos, which is something I never
Holy
even thought
shit.
of because honestly, that's not even like my absolute favorite go-to thing on YouTube.
What's your absolute favorite go-to?
Dead Meat.
What is that?
So Dead Meat is a channel that it literally started as a guy who was working at like a Fox affiliate as an editor, and he goes, I like horror movies. Let's analyze Friday the 13th series, and then
Okay.
for 10, I think he only did the first 10 movies at once, but he went through and analyzed the Friday the 13th movies. And
Okay, nice.
when he started, it was a really low cut and dry production. It was a guy in a room with a couple of horror collectibles talking about his favorite scary movies.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was one of those things where he's like, "Oh yeah, no, like I've got a fiance, and
Uh-huh.
she kind of helps in the background." And then they hired more people, and it got to the point where one of the guys who they were doing his content ended up like, hey, I'm a real big fan of you. So now he's like the third guy, and he runs like the side channel where they do horror video game kill counts.
Fuck yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And they've got a
That's cool
podcast that they
shit.
do where they talk about stuff. And
Yeah.
it's great because it's them and then like one of their best friends that comes in, and occasionally they have other people on. But
Yeah.
they live in California, and they've gotten to the point. So in how familiar are you with the more recent Scream movies, Scream 5?
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I've seen him.
when he's watching YouTube and they're talking about the scab stuff,
I think so, yeah.
that's the Dead Meat people playing a parody of themselves.
Oh, that's
Funny.
funny.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So
That's cool.
they've gotten to the point where like they're the people. I mean, I know there's other horror channels that have big names. Another one that I watch is called like the Cobwebs channel, and I really like a lot of his content too. And it's something that I put
Nice.
on in the background while I work.
Oh, okay. That's
Because a
cool.
lot of my job is I'm the manager, so I file paperwork.
Oh, so
and
you
I'll
gotta have something in the background to kind of keep you that.
Yeah, or on
Especially
Wednesdays is inventory day, and I work for a furniture company. So I go to the big warehouse down the street and I count the furniture. And
Yeah.
it's something that's such a big job that it gets separated into, quarters. So, it's
Hell yeah.
crazy, but I have
Okay.
things to listen to, and it's crazy the things I listen to a lot, but a lot of it is I will save a YouTube video because I have YouTube Premium, and I'll listen to a
Yeah, I do
discussion, and a
too.
lot of it is one of those three channels for sure.
Hell yeah. So, are you ready for mine? Because mine's going to probably surprise you.
Yeah.
This is we never talk about we never ever have talked about this on a topic on all 135 of our shows,
Okay. Okay.
and we're going to talk about it now, even though it doesn't really have at all to do with anything we cover. Um, my top viewed channel
Yeah.
for 2025, and this is one of my new favorite. I'm gonna tell you why, because you're gonna be like, really? I'm gonna tell you why, because there's a reason why I like this person so much. Is Mr. Handpay. Now you're probably like, what the fuck? So Mr. Handpay
Uh-huh.
is and I don't know if this is me getting into being an old man now, and I'm gonna be one of those old people that likes playing slots,
Okay.
but I'm a gambler. I'm a gambler, buddy.
Oh man.
I like gambling. It's probably not a good thing, but like I enjoy gambling from time to time. And I really like watching YouTubers that gamble, and
Okay.
more specifically playing slots. And but but
Mhm.
what sets apart his name is Jason, but what sets apart Mr. Hampay, in my opinion, and this is not a slight on anybody else who likes slot channels. Whoever you like, I'm sure is pretty cool too.
Mhm.
Um, there doesn't tend to be a whole lot of drama in the slot community on YouTube, but I think there has been recently. But
Oh wow.
what
This is a
makes
new
him
thing to me
different?
entirely. Yeah.
Oh, see, this is wild. Is Jason is a very giving person with his money. I don't see any other slot players do it the way he does it.
Mhm.
He is the kind of person that he won't take deals from places that he finds to be scummy.
Okay, so he's got
Tries
scruples.
he tries to be a very ethical slot player. Um, one of my favorite parts of his channel. He started this year, or was it last year? Probably this year. Is this thing he does this series he does called Your Luck Has Arrived, where he works with a casino in Connecticut, and which I'd imagine is his big sponsor because he really does a lot of stuff for them. It's called Foxwoods out in Connecticut. And this guy's pretty wealthy. I mean, he takes a private jet to he doesn't even live in Connecticut, he lives in Wisconsin, and he takes a private jet there like every weekend to do videos. He's got money, but he does it right.
Okay.
So this thing is called Your Luck Is Arriving. He works with Foxwoods to pick random people that are playing on the slot machines, and they do this in casinos anyway. Like not exactly like this at all, but I've gone to casinos. I love going to casinos and just playing and having a fun time. Casinos already do things where you get a player's card and you put your card in, and they will pick you on certain events for like, oh, you won $400 in free play, right?
Okay.
So what Mr. Handpay does, it started out being his own money,
Okay.
where he would be like, well, I'm going to give you $1,000. His whole goal is he wants to give people the ability to place big bets and win big money. So now what he's doing is and because he just hit 1 million subscribers a month ago, and he did an entire live, was it 24-hour stream of him betting $1 million at a casino. That was cool
Oh
as shit to watch. It was
shit.
fun. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not your money, it's his money. So you get to watch him
Right.
and that's kind of why I like to watch. It's because
Okay.
these are people that I don't think I'm ever gonna get that kind of money to be able to fucking blow it like that and be
No.
comfortable to do that, but he did it. So he's fucking doing fucking 2 grand slot pulls. I'm like, yeah, God, that's fucking disgusting.
That
That's
makes
fucking
my stomach
disgusting.
hurt.
Yeah. So, but now he's amassed so much fame from doing it. I think he said his full-time his job where he got his money is he does landscaping in Wisconsin. He has a landscaping company.
Okay.
And he took that money and he reinvested it into himself to be a YouTuber. I'm like, that's cool shit. That is some cool
Yeah.
ass shit.
Yeah.
He said he
Like I was
liked
saying, it
playing.
was really cool to watch that happen with Dead Meat too. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said he liked playing slots, and someone was like, "Why don't you turn like what you do into like a be a content creator?" He's like, "What?" And he's like, he's older than us because he's got like 2 or 3 kids, and now he's an entire like media conglomerate. He's got like a channel about going on traveling. He has his own travel and vacation company. I'm like,
Okay.
holy shit! But then again, to be fair, he didn't start like us. We're like, we ain't got that fucking money. We're like really on the ground floor, right? We're but the whole so now that he's amassed all this fame, he's partnered up with Foxwoods, which was already his favorite place to gamble at. And
Mm.
now when he does, your look has arrived. These people get $10,000 to play.
Oh wow. Wow.
Like I just watched 2 or 3 nights ago, this lady got 10 grand. Now what people don't realize is when you get free play from a slot from a casino, you have to wash the money. That's what they call it. So that means you have to wash through that money. You can't just like go pull it out and take it home.
Oh
So if you
yeah,
get like
yeah.
so like say you win $300 in free play, you have to play it through the machines, and then whatever you win is what you get back. So he does the same thing with the 10 grand. So they have to spend
So it's
all
like
of
a
the 10
separate
grand.
side pool. Okay.
Yeah. So they have to spend all the 10 grand, and then what they get after is what they win because they won it. So it has to be washed through the casino so that
So
they can win money.
can you make
But
like
that's
one big 10 grand bet?
oh no, he'll take them to like whatever their favorite slot is. Like this lady he went to, he said she had never placed more than $1.25 bet. He's like, well, that's gonna change. And he puts in like her free play, which she started out with 3 grand of it. He tries to not give it all to him at once. He splits it up amongst the casino so they can try different machines and win. Dude, this lady won $15,000, dude, after all the money was spent.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, that's my kind of YouTuber. That's my kind of person who like gives back. They know how much fame and wealth they have, and they give it back. And he's given them opportunities to win it. And there's been people who have won 5,000, 6,000. I mean, these people win multiple thousands. I'm like, holy shit, that's more than they would
Yeah.
have had.
So
So,
that's crazy.
and I see
Absolutely.
that, and I'm like, if we can get to the point where we get blessed to be able to do shit like that, that's why, like, with Domain, if you guys can help us, people forget it takes a village. If you guys can help us get successful, we'll give back because
Right,
I
right.
want this whole thing to be a community where we can do giveaways. Now, we're not going to be giving you 10 grand to go slot play,
Right.
but if we can do a big like the one thing that really loved that Justin did at Dragon Ball was he was doing Christmas giveaways. He would tell them because he was able to amass such a big following and a big community. I'll give him that. That was one of my favorite things about doing that was we had a big community. We had Discord. People were in it. We had
Yeah.
people. I remember when one of my he gave me my first job as a content creator. He used to pay me every week for our rent to stream
Yep.
5 days a week. I paid our rent as a content creator.
Yep. And then he would pay you per article too.
He would pay me per
Yeah.
article. He would buy me like equipment. Remember, he
Yeah.
bought me a computer one time.
Yep.
I
Nice.
want to be able to do that for my content creators, but we have to get to that point. So, um, and he does a giveaway every Christmas where he gives the person now the console of their choice. So if you
I
win,
mean,
you
hell
can.
yeah.
But that's what I want us to do. So,
Yeah.
you know, um, so for me, it's Mr. Handpay, and then my second favorite content creator
Yep.
that I watch the most. And I love this dude. If you don't watch, if you're a huge nerd like us, and you want to watch a content creator who is super funny, it's just him. I mean, he has friends. He has his own big thing, but Moist Critical Charlie
Mhm.
Penguin Z0 is who he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you even know who he is. Yeah. So
Yeah,
there you go.
he's
So
great.
he's awesome.
Everybody knows who Charlie is.
Everybody knows who Charlie White is, man. Charles White. He He does movie reviews. And he does it in such a way where they're very simple. Like he doesn't do a whole lot of editing and shit. He just like
Yeah.
turns camera on, talks about whatever, and says, "All right, that's it, bye." And like that's it. Like the video's over. I love watching his shit. Raven's watched his shit
Oh,
with
yeah.
me. She loves his stuff.
I follow him.
Yeah, you
I
follow
just
him
don't watch him myself
yourself.
a
You
whole
don't tune into
lot.
his stuff
It's
yourself.
usually when we watch it here at the house.
Yeah. But Charlie is great. Third on my list was Angry Joe. I will always watch Angry Joe.
Yeah.
If you like video game reviews. Raven, who are some of your favorite like content creators?
Well, we just kind of like jumped around all over the place. I mean, like I thought we were gonna kind of start out with like who we watched when we first start,
So who did you watch?
But
I'll
that's
ask you
fine.
that.
I
I got you. Hold on.
or
Hold on.
whatever.
I'll ask you this. We'll talk about this. Who were some of the first content creators you watched? Like when you first got
Oh,
into
no, that's a different question. Yeah.
When I first what?
like when you first kind of got into like YouTube and
Oh,
stuff.
no.
Or in
So
general.
my content creators that I watched wasn't even really on YouTube.
Oh,
So
okay.
the one that I remember watching, I think the most before I started getting into YouTube and everything a whole lot was on Vine.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talked about this last time.
Yeah, we did. Thomas Sanders.
Yeah.
He was a story time guy.
That dude, yes.
That dude was
My
funny.
kids really like him.
Loved him. Yeah, he still does. He still does.
He still does
content
stuff.
creation.
Yeah.
Yeah, although I think he is on YouTube. Is he on TikTok? I don't know. I'm not on
Well-
TikTok a whole lot. I'm not on YouTube a whole lot. So, but I love the short videos and stuff. It's my attention span, I guess. So, but yes, I
Oh, yeah.
loved his Vine videos. I like when he
Okay.
started doing like story time. Story times are my
Story
favorite.
time.
Yes,
Yeah.
story
Story time.
And I had my favorite, one of my still all-time favorite content creation videos is a compilation of him doing story time. Absolutely loved it.
So yeah,
Um,
my kids would sit around and just watch compilations of his old vines for hours. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
these are like 10 years old at this
He's got
point.
a
They're like,
bunch
yeah,
of them.
so
He's got a bunch of them on
yeah,
YouTube.
he's
Oh, yeah.
hilarious. He's hilarious.
Some funny shit.
Another person that I used to watch, and I can't even really remember their like content originally. I know that they were comedy. Jenna Marbles. I haven't watched her in years and years and years.
that's a name I haven't heard in many
haven't.
I know.
years.
And Gabby Hanna. Loved them for their comedy way back in the day. Haven't seen either. I know I think Gabby still does videos, but I haven't seen her in a whole, anywhere.
Nice.
Now my stuff that I normally watch, let me see. Yeah, now the stuff I normally watch is it's very kind of weird. Or kind of like across the board. So I watch different kind of content on different media platforms. It's weird. Like,
No, I get what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying? Like some just
Yeah.
cater to a specific type of content better than others.
Yeah.
I cannot get into TikTok, which is so funny because
Wow.
I had
That's so
absolutely no idea until we were talking about this last night, or maybe I did and I just forgot that TikTok used to be Musical.ly before
Yeah.
TikTok bought Musical.ly. I loved Musical.ly.
Great.
I was on there a lot. Had no idea that it was like now TikTok, which is so weird because I can't get into TikTok. But I am still on Instagram quite a bit. I follow a lot of skincare content creators, and I do follow makeup content creators on Instagram as well, but I'm more into skincare. Hydration CEO is one of them. Casey Martinez is another one. Absolutely love both of them. They're
Okay.
really sweet. Really fun to watch, really down to earth. Who else do I watch? Okay, I know it's going to sound weird, but I watch baby videos. I like baby content. They're really cute. And I do like the
Okay.
kind of like at home funny videos. I watch these on like Facebook, Instagram, whatever, but the old type of
Yeah.
oh God, what was that show called? America's Funniest Home Video.
America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah. So like
Hell yeah.
yeah, so I watch that type of funny content, like legit.
Okay. Shit. What is that
Gotcha.
called? Fail Army?
Yes. Oh my God, I love Fail Army.
Okay, can I
Their
interject?
compilations are hilarious.
Can I interject here? I have one.
What?
That because you brought up Fail Army, or he brought up Fail
Brought up
Army,
Fail
and you
Army.
brought up America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
This was my content creator gateway drug. Ray William Johnson. I feel like I would be amiss to
Don't know
not
who
bring up
that is.
Equals 3.
Who
Equals
doesn't?
3, bro. See,
Less
I know
than.
you know
It was less
my
than
man.
because it makes a heart.
that.
No idea who that is.
That no, it always looked like a penis to me.
You're a penis.
Like
Maybe
an
I'm remembering wrong. Remember,
like
I came from a
it
parallel
looks like
universe because I remember shit wrong all the time.
No, it always looked like an unfinished drawn penis to me. The logo did.
Mandela
Equals 3. So anyway,
I think
Ray
you're
William
right,
Johnson, my man, my favorite 3 named YouTuber. This dude, the way he did it, I was like, man, he makes it look so stupid easy the way he makes content. He had a really cool background that looked like it was a big wall of like old comic books around him
Pissed me off.
in a corner. I know. I
How
was
many
going to say, I
comic
knew you
books
didn't like
died
that.
for your background?
And
Sorry.
and his show. You know what his show reminds me of?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch like Tosh.0?
Oh my
Yes.
God, yes.
Where he would go through old videos of other people that were funny.
Yes,
That is
love
exact. Okay, if
2.0.
you like Tosh.0, you're gonna fucking love Ray William Johnson because he was the guy that took all the YouTube videos and he would like comment on the funny shit. Like he is how I found out about the Numa Numa dance. We're going like early YouTube now.
Oh,
He was the
fuck,
one
man.
that introduced me to the Star Wars Kid video. That's how I found out about Epic Rap Battles of History, another great fucking YouTube
shit,
channel.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, right. He is how I found out about Boogie2988 back when he was Francis and he was cool.
Nice.
Ray William Johnson was to me, in my opinion, the first big YouTuber from my point of view.
Okay.
And he's a little guy. He's a real little guy. You don't think he is because he gets all up in he does these really funny things where he's in the corner of a room and he gets all up in the
Oh, that's funny.
We're gonna talk about today people who don't know how to swim and they're all over YouTube. And he would show all these funny. He would comment on them, different videos he would pull. And this was back when.
Thought of somebody else when.
And this is back when. Did you look him up, Raven? So you know what I'm talking about.
But,
So hold on, I'll show you real fast. So Ray, yeah, you look up Equals, or here you go. So this is what he would look like when he was on the camera. See, look, he would look like this. Literally that. That was all his videos. He would just stand at all these little like comic panels, or not books, but panels. He had panels from comics around him, not comic books themselves. And he would get up in the camera, had this cool hairdo, and his videos were not long. They were like less than 5 minutes long. And you could fucking
hey, this is a couple of things we're talking about real quick, you know?
Yeah.
But when you did that motion or whatever, nobody can see what we're doing, but talking about getting up in the camera
hilarious.
And stuff. There was that reminded me of another person I used to watch.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Andy Milonakis?
Yeah, dude. I've talked to him on Twitch.
First of all,
he's a Twitch
I've got
streamer.
Lee's on my head, but don't call me a Lee head. Like,
real
no,
quick.
for real. I absolutely love the Andy Milonakis show. That's some dumb shit that I'll be sitting here watching when I'm at home by myself.
Right here. Balls.
You know, he streams on Twitch now.
Yeah, I've talked
to him
before.
That's great.
I've talked to him on Twitch before. Yeah, Andy Milonakis, dude. Oh my god.
I think we've talked about that too, like not on the show, but in person.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So like as far as like YouTube goes, I don't want to say never. I used to watch YouTube a lot. I haven't really watched it now, but I mean, content creation to me, it's not just like the creators being on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So like I also used to watch oh my god, now I can't think of the name of it. Homestar Runner.
Yeah, like cartoon.
Homestarrunner.net. It's .com. Okay, so this is what frustrates me the most about my fucking content I make. I have kept a Homestar Runner figurine hidden in every single one of my videos, waiting for someone else to point it out. Go back, look at our entire YouTube library.
Another one of my
every single one of our fucking videos that I have made, Homestar Runner is hiding in the background.
You brought up cartoons, right?
Yeah, Homestar Runner and Charlie the Unicorn. Those are my two favorites.
Oh man.
You done did it, because you know what my favorite cartoon was?
What?
I don't know how many people are gonna be old enough to remember Does anybody remember Ill Will Press on YouTube?
That sounds
And
Oh my
fucking
God.
Neurotically Yours with Foamy the Squirrel, dude. You
no.
never watched Foamy the Squirrel? Angry all the time?
Oh, yeah, it showed it to me, and
I used to love. I got chills. I used to love watching that shit back in the day.
Mm.
Oh yeah, dude, that was one of my favorite
I
things.
also used to watch when you said something about press. You remember I think they still do it. And when they press, they use the giant pressing machine to like crush
Oh,
things.
the
Oh, the hydraulic press.
hydraulic press
Yes,
channel.
what's
They
it
still
called? Yeah, I know they
hydraulic
still
press
do
channel.
it,
That's
but
what
I
it's
can't remember. Oh, okay.
It's just called the hydraulic press channel.
Another one.
That's it.
Oh, no, the other one I'm thinking of is
Now I'm unlocking everything.
the other one that I was thinking of is where they blend things. And they just like try to
Yeah.
blend things, or they
The
people who
aesthetically
microwave
pleasing
things.
channels. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize, of course, now that's like a kind of like ASMR, but I didn't
Yeah, kind
realize
of.
that at the time. But those are the kind of videos and stuff I used to watch too, the kind of content I used to watch. Um, but I haven't, so I don't watch YouTube a whole lot anymore. I do kind of listen. So my top, uh, my most
Ooh.
watched on my recap this year wasn't actually anything I watched, but there is this channel that my friend
Same with
Chris
me though.
there's this channel that my friend Christine got me into because sometimes I will have trouble sleeping,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's called Get Sleepy.
I
will
knew it.
I will put this on, but that was my number one quote unquote
Hell yeah.
watched channel. I'm in the top 2% of watchers for them. Um,
You want
I will put it on, lay it on my pillow, and then
really
like
goes-
fall asleep within like 5 minutes
work.
or less. It
Oh
really
wow, I
does.
gotta check that
It's
out.
this guy, you really do, Josh. It's this guy
The
named
guy has a very calming voice.
It's this guy named Thomas, and he is British, and he just has a very calming, soothing tone, and he basically reads you bedtime stories.
Oh my
They're
God.
they're adult bedtime stories, and they have like the rain in the background. I mean, like they have the sound effects to go with the story, but it's all done very like quietly and soothingly. And like I'm not kidding, I'm out in 5 minutes or less. But I
So
just have it playing in the background, and then
yeah,
when the video's done, my phone, just kind of like shuts
yeah.
off or whatever. I don't
So
have
in
the auto
college,
play on.
that makes me think of in college, it was kind of like a thing that they did on purpose. It was kind of like a shitty thing that they would do to students, but is kind of like a line breaker to see, if you could cut the program. Is
Yeah.
Philip Smith had the most soothing, put you to sleep voice, 7 a.m. Monday morning. That's when his class was.
Yeah.
Could you show up and could you
That
make it all year?
sucks.
Yep.
Sucks, bro. I just thought of a few as well for me.
Oh, I've got so many. I was just waiting for it to come back around because I never even got to do my old school YouTube picks
Oh, we'll
either.
get you. We'll get you. One of my
Don't
favorites.
forget me, Brian.
We were talking.
I know,
I'm
me
not gonna
either.
forget you.
Like you
talked
and I haven't talked about like what content we started out with, like
Yeah.
Right.
creating.
When you talked about ASMR, I have to talk about my favorite things that are like. So one of my favorite ASMR artist is ASMR Zeitgeist.
There is a current ASMR besides Get Sleepy. There's Yesenia on YouTube. She's really good too.
Anyway,
I didn't want to forget.
I know.
We were going to move on after.
So it's ASMR Zeitgeist is really good. He has an accent and it's very calming and soothing. And he uses a lot of like different things, like popping bubbles and all those sounds.
Okay.
But I would recommend listening to him with headphones on if you're gonna lay down.
With headphones.
Oh, dude, especially if you can tolerate earbuds and go into sleep with earbuds in your ear,
I cannot.
Headphones on.
then you can do it. You're down. He's good. However, this one has made me sleepy before, and I always forget about him. The Relaxing End. He is an unboxing ASMR channel where he never shows his face. It's always from a top-down point of view on a white table. And it's like he does the whole like he'll put the box down. He'll go like right over the box.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then he'll get his little knife and he'll fling it out. You can hear and then he'll cut the I'm getting chills because it's like I like it's such soothing. And it's like he never talks ever. He just unboxes shit. And like he unboxes video game consoles and with the bubble that's in the console, he'll pull it up to the thing and it's like I'm like, dude, this guy has like 3 million subscribers on YouTube.
You know what? I think I saw his like Resident Evil 7
Yeah.
Deluxe Edition unboxing
And
video or
that was
something like that.
so goddamn relaxing, bro.
Yeah.
And you want to watch, but like at the same time, he like makes you so comfortable. You don't want to look at the screen. You just want to like hear the sounds. So that's a couple that I also really enjoy. Anyway, so Josh, what are some of your like earlier YouTube channels? Like what got you into like watching YouTubers? Like who were some of your first you got into?
Well, okay, so first of all, I need to back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I need to pay tribute to the entire inspiration on why I like doing any of the shit that we do.
Yes,
And
what's your
that's
inspiration? Yeah.
Jerry the King Lawler and good old JR
Hmm.
literally being the voices of wrestling. Everyone always thought that Stone Cold and The Rock and
Oh
shit.
yeah.
That's why, people were watching. No, dude, it was those two guys telling the fucking story as it went that made me realize, like, hey, that's a
I
cool
agree.
fucking job to do.
That's my commentary team for life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So and it was cool as I got to tell fucking King, that story when we met him last year.
Yeah, yeah, I
So,
remember that. Yeah.
so that I was already on the track. Like I was set to go, I did the radio TV, like I was saying earlier, in high school and college. And then when I went to college to do it, but the year before college, because what YouTube, like we said earlier, it started 2005. I really hadn't found anyone that like I really liked watching. And then all of a sudden, a buddy of mine says, "Hey man, this show is fucking this there's something fucking weird going on. Watch this and tell me what you think." And I'm
Okay.
like, "Okay, I'm into weird shit."
Mhm.
So,
Fuck yeah.
and I'm
Fuck
about
yeah.
to say the name, so stop me if you've heard this one. A little vlog called Lonely Girl 15.
No, never heard of it.
Oh, dude. Okay, so what starts off is this girl just doing her like, this is 2007. I guess it started like 2006, 2005, somewhere in there. Because there's a couple, there was quite a bit of it by the time I got a hold of it.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing was already full in swing. So basically it starts off with this 15-year-old girl, hi, I'm a girl, blah blah blah. I'm homeschooled, so I'm just trying to do a vlog to meet people.
That's
And then it's
funny.
like, okay. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, cool. There's another kid in my neighborhood and there's not a lot of kids in the neighborhood. So like we hang out together. He's a couple years older than me, but like other than that, it's whatever. Dude, and then eventually shit just starts being weird and inconsistent. And then finally it's revealed like, okay, so like we live in a cult like compound and
What?
they're gonna sacrifice me to their god, so we're hitting the road.
What the
And it
fuck,
turns into
dude?
this crazy story where these kids are escaping and trying like, and then finally it gets to the point where somebody goes, why is no one calling the police?
Whoa.
And the whole
Crazy.
thing comes out that this was like a paid show with like production value, and it was
Yeah.
specifically made to look like homemade shit. And when the whole thing turned, like for a second, it was the thing that a lot of people were talking about. But I kind of hopped on at just the right time to like catch the actual spiral of it. And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, YouTube's where it's at. YouTube's about to be fucking big.
Can I
YouTube's
tell you
about to be
something?
the thing.
So real fast, and
Hmm.
I promise, I love what you're saying, but I'll get right back to you.
Yeah.
While I think of it, you said YouTube is the thing. You're absolutely right about that.
Hmm.
We don't have cable at home. I can't
No.
even think of the last time I even actually paid willingly for TV. Like
Yeah.
to flip through, like to have that aesthetic of flipping through channels on TV. I don't think that's happened for me in like over 10 years now. Like
It's been
I'm
a
like dead
while
ass,
for me too. Yeah.
like I'm dead ass like I'm dead ass serious. Like pulling up
Yeah.
a guide and like going through. I can't think of that. I might have done it like on like I know we were sharing like with Eric his direct TV and because they now let you do digital direct TV, you don't need a set
Oh,
top
cool.
box. So but I'm talking like plugged into your fucking TV. You know what I mean? From the cable
Yeah.
company. And
No,
like
because like what
not
is
not
it?
not through an
Tubi
app.
TV,
Yeah.
Pluto TV is what we watch at home,
Yeah.
and
But
then
not
there's a
through
couple other ones.
an app. And so but
Yeah.
now I watch YouTube is my TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ask Raven.
Yeah.
I don't watch streaming services now are for like movies and shows, right? Fair.
Fair.
So so if I want to watch a TV show, I have channels on YouTube. My shows now are like, oh, what did Angry Joe review? And they don't
Yeah.
come on at a certain time, or they don't come out at, like watch Angry Joe's review of Call of Duty Black Ops 7 Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. on. No, it's just whenever it comes out.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I don't
Mm.
know if anybody misses that aesthetic of like, because like we went to this place called fucking Great Escape. You've been there, Josh, in Louisville, and
Yeah.
they have for sale TV guides. We were looking at TV
Yeah,
guides,
that was funny.
and I'm like, this is
Imagine have to
insane. Like
explain
this
what a
is
TV
so
guide is to a kid nowadays.
and I'm just like kind of sad that that aesthetic's gone a little bit. Like having to look
Yeah.
up, and then you got to like, oh shit, my show's coming on at like 8 o'clock. I got to get home and watch. That's not even a thing anymore
Nope.
at all, unless you want
I
to watch
vividly
like.
remember
I mean,
getting made
unless
fun of and shunned because I left the Montgomery County 4-H fair during
yeah,
the summer to get home in time to watch the original Rugrats All Grown Up special.
fuck yeah,
Thank
dude.
God.
Now, if you think about it,
Yep.
we don't need like unless you want to, like we're wrestling fans, so we like to watch Raw and SmackDown sometimes on a certain time. But now we don't have that whole guilt of fuck. Because back then, if you missed Raw, you missed Raw.
Yeah.
You're screwed, dog.
And
And I
that's
remember
another
that.
one I want to
I
give a shout
remember.
out to is the
Uh-huh.
whole way that I watch SmackDown
Yeah.
is Simon Miller's Ups and Downs.
Ah, nice. But think about how that's changed and how crucial YouTube is now to like the core of our entire world now.
Yeah.
Like now, and streaming in general, which I think we should have a really good discussion about streaming as an episode too, like streaming services like HBO and shit. Because Netflix just bought Warner Brothers, right? That's going to be a big
Dude,
change.
what the fuck?
I know. I think we'll get into that next week. But
We might.
but
We'll have
but,
to.
but the thing is unless you want to watch it live when it happens, like pay-per-views. I honestly think pay-per-views and wrestling are the only thing we're like, oh, we got to get home and watch it.
Yeah.
At this time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everything else is like, oh, you want to watch a movie? Cool.
Yeah.
We'll pull up Netflix or something. There is no, honey, we got to get home at 10 so we can watch we can watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Otherwise, we're not going to get to watch it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, remember how weird that was back then? Like,
Yeah.
well, we missed it at 10. Let's get the TV guide out. When's it come on?
Come on again.
Jesus.
It's
Thursday.
3 o'clock in the morning.
No, it doesn't come on again until like 3
Yeah,
o'clock.
but remember with some of them they would like replay.
God.
So many times. Yeah.
Anyway, but
Yeah.
YouTube is where it's at. I mean, you can even watch
Yeah.
full ass movies on YouTube now.
You can.
YouTubers made movies.
You can
like they made
connect your
that fucking
Google
movie.
account, which is YouTube,
Yeah.
to Movies Anywhere, and you can watch your movies anywhere that you've bought through like
Nice.
Fandango, Vudu.
Nice. I mean, there's even like YouTubers who have made movies, like the people who made Talk to Me.
Mhm.
They were content creators.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, content creation is important, and to kind of get back into like us doing it.
Yeah.
We try to have fun with it. What do I love about content creation? I'll ask you guys, what do you guys like about content creation? I'll start it off. What I like about content creation is it gives me the ability to share my interests with other people outside of and more specifically YouTube content creation. It gives people a look into my life and me being able to share things on camera that they can see, even if it's just for 5 minutes. I can talk about a thing, share it with people, and try to find some way I can relate to people, whether it's people I know or people I don't know. and to let other people know that look, you're not the only one that like plays video games and collects comics and stuff. I do it too. And it's just like with Josh's thing, and that's what's cool about our group that who we have that make content is we all have our things. Like, I don't really do action figures. That's not my thing. I don't
But I hella
not
do.
like I don't not like action figures. I think they're kind of cool. I check them out when I go to shows or stores and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's your thing, Josh. That's what you love to do. And that's what I wanted this whole group to be about was us kind of coming in from all of our different nerdy walks of life and sharing what we enjoy. Like Raven's a big book nut. I have this thing where I think I like to read, but I don't.
You
But Raven
like
Oh,
the
yes.
idea of
I
reading.
like the idea of reading, but then you gotta do that whole thing where you sit still and you can't do anything else. You can look at a damn page. To me, I don't get that. But she loves it and it makes her happy, and I know you get into it too, Josh, and you dig
Mhm.
it. I think my attention span doesn't. I can't do. I
It's a
can't like
struggle for me
everything,
sometimes, for sure.
but that's kind of what the domain is all about. Is we're all coming together in a domain of content creation where my whole plan for this whole thing was maybe they don't like me, but they might like Raven, and maybe they are looking for a person who likes books. Or
Right.
maybe I kind of want our uh our brand, our group of content creators to be kind of like one of those kind of like its own network. So like for instance, sometimes ABC shows football. Well, I love football. I'll tune into ABC when they watch football, when they have football. Now ABC is showing something that's like a romance movie. That's not my thing. So on the domain, maybe you like action figures. That's all you like. You don't care about what I have to say about video games, and you don't care what Raven has to say about movie or books, but you love Josh. That's what I want us to be. I want us kind of to be one of those networks, kind of going back to the old school we just talked about, where you know you don't have to worry about what time is Brian's video coming out? 8 o'clock at night? No, it's um,
It'll happen.
I want us to have different flavors for different people, and not just be like, oh well, they're only the video game channel. Um, and we have that here. If you give us a chance, we try to. I try to take great pride in knowing that we have. I like to think we have at least something for every person. You just gotta look for our content, look through our account. We have a lot of videos. We're about to hit. We're about to hit 1,000 videos soon. I think.
Oh
Right?
wow.
We're up there. Let me see. I'll find out right now. Yeah, 966 videos, y'all. We're about to cross the 1,000. So we have a lot of content, and we talk about a lot of shit. Not shit, but we talk about a lot of stuff,
A lot of
and
different topics, Brian.
we have a lot of different things for a lot of different types of people.
I mean, some people might think it's shit. Whatever.
That's true.
Well,
You're not wrong. There's been a
that's
couple
their
of my videos where I got told that they disagree with what I'm saying, and we're not nice about it.
Rude.
Remember the Kevin Smith
shitting on
video,
your-
Brian?
they were shitting on your Kevin Smith video. I was getting ready to say,
I
yeah.
guess, yeah.
They're like, why are you apologizing? You're a grown ass man. What's wrong with you? You know what? I'll tell you this too. If you're trying to be an aspiring up and coming content creator, because we still are. We're still up and coming. We're not like I can't say that we've made it yet. We are partnered on YouTube. That was our big goal we hit about a year or so ago. We're partnered. We're affiliated on Twitch. By the way, content creation. We haven't talked about streaming. We'll talk about that for a little bit. Streaming is a thing too. That makes you a content creator also. You stream. We have a Twitch and a YouTube. That's myself, Josh, and Daniel, mostly Daniel. Damn, Daniel fucking killed it on our Twitch. I was looking at our stats for the year. We got the Twitch Unwrapped thing they do.
Mm-hmm.
We did like 300 hours of content last year, not this year.
That's crazy.
And If you want to stream, stream. If you don't want to feel overloaded and be like, man, I don't want to do all the shit you guys do, then don't. Podcasting, that's content creation.
Yeah.
And you might say, but you're a podcaster. Well, you're still a content creator. It's content. Because your content is the episodes you make. It's going up online to an audience. And it is the spoken word, if you will. We're talking about things. The beautiful part about content creation is whether you do audio or video, or even write articles, that's a little old school. It's still content you're making. And I think the hard part is you'll get frustrated. I know that I am not at all where I'd like for us to be right now, but that has to be okay because that's where we're at. And what's great about this is we're coming up on the end of the year, and we're gonna come together and figure this shit out for 2026. I have to say this was our slum year.
Yeah.
This was kind of our, not
Dip
that
your
I'm not
next year's
proud
a
of,
rebuilding year.
not that I'm proud, not that I'm not proud of the work I put into it this year. I'm just saying it's kind of our laid back year. But next year is coming around the corner, and we're going to really fucking put our foot forward and go and take it. But I am proud of what we've done. I mean, we get to do our podcast in front of a live audience at conventions.
Yep.
We unlocked a
We've
new
got
convention
plenty of
this year to
plans for
do.
2026.
We unlocked a new convention to do our show at, which is Indiana Comic Con.
Yep.
We had never taken our show there before. Both of our shows there were there.
I proposed there.
Yes, you did. So we've got that. We've had opportunities. We've had people on our podcast before. We had Tom Kalinske on here.
And that was great.
He's the guy that the father of the Sega Genesis and then the whole. It's his fault that we have console wars.
Yeah.
To begin with.
And Skeletor.
And Skeletor, yeah.
Barbie, the whole non-recorded conversation that we had after that episode, I sat here and fucking cried for a second because I was like, Skeletor's father said he liked my Skeletor collection. Holy shit!
But if you've ever thought about doing content creation, just do it.
Yeah.
And do it no matter what.
I think one of the biggest things is the type of content that you create to, like, it's easy. You have to have a balance. You have to be able to just kind of like, for instance, when you are a writer and you want to write a book, you've got to be reading. You've got to read books. You know what I mean? You can't just go and write. So like when you do content creation, depending on the type of content creation you want to do, you have to watch other content creators in that same kind of niche. Mm-hmm. However, there is a balance because comparison can be a thief of joy. So you can go out and you can do the exact same type of thing, make it your own, of course, put your own spin on it. Don't do everything, by the book is what they do. But you can be doing all of the right things and you're not going to have the views. You're not going to have the comments, the interaction, what have you. And that's okay. Try a different platform. You just have to play around with these things, but you gotta have fun with it. Like if you are just wanting to put content out to be famous,
don't do that,
or to make money, or to whatever, you're gonna either one, sell out, or
for sure,
two, burn out, or three, just feel so completely down on yourself that you are not going to get any kind of like motivation, inspiration. You're going to lose all of your creativeness because you've got to put out content for yourself.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, so like when Josh and I really didn't talk about like how we got into it or anything, what our first early content creation was. Yeah. But when I started on posting on Instagram in 2012, I started on YouTube in 2010. just doing like concert videos and stuff like that. But I never really did kind of like tutorials or anything like that. But when I started posting on Instagram in 2012, it was originally just kind of for my friends and family. And I wanted it to be separate from Facebook in the sense that it was just like when I first started on Instagram, it was just one photo. That was what you did. One photo, you had hashtags and a caption. That was it. You
Yeah.
had filters and like borders and, fun things like that, but that was it.
Yeah.
And it gradually grew to um kind of inspirational quotes and things like that. I would go and create my own on like Canva, or I can't even remember the other one that I used to use. But I would create my own, and that seemed to be what people related to. I would just share personal, story or a little inspiration, or, like, hey, you're not alone kind of thing. And while I did post that for other people, it was for myself as well. And that was just something that everybody kind of related to because it did come from the heart. And you just have to do content creation for yourself. If you're having fun with it and you do want to relate to people and you want to reach an audience and everything, absolutely. That's the whole point, right? But it's just like being an artist. I mean, you've got to do your work for yourself, you
Yeah.
know,
I would say
find
too,
your why and just do it.
I would also say too, if you're gonna make content, don't go into it expecting anything. Um, I think a lot of people, I used to have this problem when I streamed on Twitch when I started out on Twitch, and I always looked at my view count. I was like focused on my view count, and it distracted me
Hmm.
from enjoying the game I was playing.
Yeah.
I'd be so stuck on like it's at zero, it's at zero, fuck, it's at zero. I couldn't really actually sit and relax and play my game. Um, don't do that. We haven't really talked about streaming a whole lot on here. Um, I would say don't do that with your videos.
Yeah.
Don't focus on view counts.
Well, it's like there are,
Like,
I know of people, Instagram, people that do not read their comments. And I know that interaction and everything is good when you're first starting out and everything, but there's also, I know I have another one that I watch religiously that she will delete negative comments. And it's not, she doesn't block anybody, but she'll delete
Oh.
all negative comments. And it's not because they're like criticism or constructive criticism or anything.
Mm.
She is a skincare and body,
okay.
positive, person. And her whole thing is if there is a 14-year-old or a 12-year-old girl that is watching me
Oh, that's
and
different.
is
Yeah,
reading through these comments
that's very
and
specific.
they
Yeah,
see,
that makes sense.
this, they're going to
Not want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, no, they're gonna feel bad about themselves. Like if
Right.
somebody posts
It's
a
going to
negative
cause
comment, yeah, if somebody
self-image
posts
problems.
a negative comment about her body and this girl has the same type of body she has or the
Yep.
same type of issue, then that's gonna, that might wake up an additional insecurity in her. So she deletes all of those things. So depending on the type of content you have to be cognizant of that stuff.
one thing I want to say real fast to you and get this out of the way because we'll be wrapping it up soon. And just so everybody knows too, we talk about the same topics from time to time. So this is like not going to be like we're never going to discuss this again. There'll be like we always say there'll be a part two.
Yeah.
Don't worry, there will.
Yeah.
That should be our next T-shirt. There'll be a part 2.
We'll be
I
right.
love
Yeah,
it.
we'll be a part. There'll be a part two. That's our motto. That's our thing.
It really is.
I want to talk about
Get
something.
to it eventually.
I want to talk about something that people do, and this is in stream. This is content creation in general. Can some of you creators quit taking your shit for granted? I see too many channels, and I see content creators. Man, there's one in particular. I'm not going to mention their name, but man, this guy who was a streamer. I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah, you said you were going to talk about this. I think I know where you're going.
I'm not gonna mention their name. I thought I was going to. Yeah, she just
Yeah.
mouthed it to me.
Yeah.
All I'll say is this: there was a person who got me into streaming. I used to watch his content all the time. He was my inspiration for being a Twitch streamer. I don't want to say his name because I don't feel right about it. Because I think that's why he quit, because he got ran off by all the hate, it's not hate. And I want to say, by the way, I'm so tired of this. This is just a side note. People, criticism does not equate to hate.
Mm-mm.
I hate when people go online and they say you're just
Exactly.
a hater. Because I criticize Nintendo when they're greedy and they're just like, you're just a Nintendo hater. No, I'm a criticizer.
Dude,
I cover video games. Criticism is not hate. Those are
no.
not one and the same. Can you damn children on the internet, you goddamn kids online, can you quit saying you're a hater? People are hating. It's called criticism. Now, are there people that are haters?
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
But
Are you fucking
you have
kidding me?
to be able to be better at discerning the two. Otherwise, you're taking that hate word and you're just making it mean nothing anymore. Back to this person. There was a person who got me into streaming. They were one of the first people to be a Twitch streamer. I might say enough about them to where you'll figure out who I'm talking about. I loved watching this guy's content. He was the guy that loved beating games. That was his whole thing. I got to beat the game, beating the game. He would play games like Boshi, Super Meat Boy, mostly known for Dark Souls. Now, when I say all that, you if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about now. He got me into being a Twitch streamer. He was there on the days of Justin.tv. That's what it used to be for those who don't know. And I was one of the people that got up on there and signed up for an account when they first started. My first entry, my first foray, if you will, into live streaming was I always had wanted to be a DJ because I love music. And so I got on camera and I would get on my computer and then I'd get on my tablet because we didn't have like OBS at the time and shit. You know, like all these apps we have now to stream. So I'd stream from my webcam, which was really dog shit, by the way. You have to understand, like 13 years ago, we did not have cameras we have now. None of this shit.
Nothing.
We were a
No,
minimalistic.
I was going through my Instagram earlier and looking at some of these photos. I'm like,
You
my
put up,
God,
what the
those
fuck
are
was I?
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
No, just the quality was so bad.
so I would be on my stream and then I would play from my phone whatever, I think it was YouTube music people would request.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like when people want to
wow.
would record music from the radio to make into a tape.
Yeah.
That was like what I had to do back then as a millennial. And I would do song requests. I'd say, all right, what do you guys want to hear now? And I put it on my phone. I turn it real loud so they could hear it, because back then you didn't have OBS where you could pull in an audio source on your stream and
Mhm.
hear it, like, you know, how you do a video game and shit now. That was my very first time streaming ever, a live stream, because of this person. And what makes me mad is, and he isn't the only one that did it. There was another guy who did the same thing, and he's a YouTuber. And he had a lot of drama 2 years ago. I will say who he is. Review Tech USA.
Oh,
Um,
forgot all about him for a minute. We used to watch
this
him.
guy, I used to watch Rich all the time. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to turn this into a drama fest. It just needs to be said, because this is all about content creation, right? The good and the bad.
Mhm.
This dude had over 1 million subs on YouTube, and he deleted his entire channel. All over some stupid content creator drama, which there's a ton of it, by the way, if you don't know. There are content creators who don't like other content creators, and it's just stupid shit. But as such is life, right? It's in everything. Doesn't matter what
Dude,
fan.
I never imagined that I would fucking have fucking one-sided
Haters?
beef with Matt Cordona, but for some reason that dude fucking
Oh
hates
yeah,
me.
that's funny. So Rich did this thing where he got into some heat over not donating to charities that he got into it with, and it's a long. I actually covered it. There's a video on our YouTube channel. I covered it. The idiocy of him, and
Yeah, I remember that.
he deleted his entire channel, all 1 million subs, just to start all over. With the other guy, oh my God, I almost said his
Don't
name.
know who he is.
The other guy on Twitch, was very well known. He would do like stuff at TwitchCon. He would host events and did panels. He got caught for some drug related things. Not hard drugs. He did speed. He would stay up and do like he did a seven. You'll know if you don't know by now who I'm talking about. You will definitely know. I tell you, he did a 72-hour stream of Batman Arkham Asylum or whatever. What was it? Arkham Knight.
Jesus.
Literally streamed an entire 72 hours.
That's
It
nuts.
ruined his career at that point because I think it was his wife that outed him for it, him being on speed. He never recovered from that. But my other problem with him was he was so entitled. Please don't be the entitled streamer. Don't be the entitled content creator. This guy,
this was crazy.
there was one instance where I went back and found this clip because I wanted to make sure I talked about it properly here. Some dude was like, "Hey, I've had you on all day." He put in his Twitch chat. This was 2 years ago. "Hey, I've had you on in the background all day. I love listening to your stuff while I work." Make sure you said it in the mic, yeah, because they can't hear
He
you.
loves doing this, watching
And
him
and
while
so what did this content creator do? Now he could have done, "Oh, thanks, man. That's great. I appreciate the support." No. This content creator got like old man syndrome where he was just like, yeah, yeah. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to answer their questions all the time. And I'd just be like, then don't do it anymore. Like,
No,
if you hate
he
it.
got
Right.
no, he was like criticizing the
bitter.
fact that like this guy did not like donate, did not subscribe. Like,
Oh,
he
no, I
called
was getting to that point. I
Oh,
was
sorry,
talking
I
about in
thought that's where you were
general,
going.
he had became a person
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
So finally so when the guy said he goes, "Oh," and he said the user's name. "So you had me on all day, huh?" And he goes, "Well, I see you're not subscribed because you can tell on Twitch and YouTube, or
Mhm.
well, Twitch specifically, if somebody's subbed to you, they have an icon next to their name in chat so that the user knows that they're streamed. It's kind of like a show off,
Yeah.
and that the streamer knows you're subbed to them." And so he said this thing where you remind me of that kid that goes to the comic book shop, my comic book shop, and reads all the comics and never buys anything.
Wow.
And
It was a lot worse than that.
it got clipped,
It was bad.
and a big content creator named Asmongold on Twitch covered it, and that's what made him basically like shunned himself into existence because he didn't want to come out.
Wow.
No apology, no. And this guy had, dude, he had my dream. I remember saying all the time, I'm like, man, I'd be like this guy. I want to have his job. He gets to go and travel.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember. Didn't he like? Wasn't that his first stream back after a long time away? Also,
No, he had a few streams back
Oh,
after a
okay.
bit. But he would do this
He
thing
had a
where
history of
he had a history of
just leaving.
leaving for months. Would just leave. Like, can you imagine if we just
gotta
like
be consistent at least.
can you imagine? Well, he had become so bitter about streaming at that point. He hated it.
Yeah, he hated it. But he never had all these subscribers, but he never said like, "Hey, I'm taking a hiatus. Hey, I'm doing that." Like, just disappeared.
Yeah, and then when you would mention it to like the mods, they'd say, "You're not entitled to know anything. You're not entitled to know anything." Well, I hate to tell you this, but if I'm giving
paying
you
money,
my goddamn money, I'm
Yeah.
entitled to fucking know what my money's
Yeah.
going to. I'm sorry. That's like buying, paying for a subscription like that you get in the mail. You know those loot boxes they used to do all the time?
Mhm.
They still do, like Loot Crate and shit. And then you
Well,
give them your
that's-
money and they don't send you loot crates for like months, and you're like, "What the fuck? You give me money." He doesn't understand he's a
that's-
business. And that was
Yeah.
his problem is he didn't understand that what he does is a business. It is a give and take relationship. When I give you money, I better be getting content from you.
Right.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm
It's
giving
a
you money.
service. You are paying
And
as a service.
he acted like he was entitled to privacy and not being a public figure. And I'm like, you can't have it both ways. So and he ended up basically fading away and he quit. And it's a goddamn shame because that guy had everything I had wanted. And I know it sounds like I'm jealous. I'm not jealous. It's just a sad state of these people have all this success and they
Don't know what
piss
to do
it
with
away.
it.
Well, they just piss it away over why. Like, to tell someone you're like a kid that comes in my comic book shop
It's so fucked
and
up.
reads everything.
Well, and he went on a rant too.
And he went
It
on a
wasn't just
full ass
having, like, it was
tirade about it.
bad.
and he got so mad at that guy. He told that guy, and then someone gifted that guy a gifted sub, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Thank you for getting it. Thank you for getting my point." And I'm just like, so
How do you
you
do
got
that?
mad at someone who
Yeah.
said they liked your content and all because they don't pay to subscribe to you? I want to make something very clear, crystal clear with our audience. If you watch our shit and you don't give us money, that's
We
great.
don't care.
We love
Yeah.
it.
Cool.
Thank
It's
you.
fine.
Thanks for stopping by.
We are never,
Absolutely.
ever, ever, ever.
Hmm.
I know we don't have the money, and they say money changes people. It ain't gonna change us like that. If anything, it would be for the better because we'd be able to do shit for people and do more things
Absolutely.
and give you guys more
Mhm.
content to watch of ours if you like it. But we're never going to be to the point where we're so goddamn entitled to money that we're gonna like. I'm never gonna stream, and if I'm famous and someone say, "I've had you on in the background all day long.
Oh
I
my
love
God,
your
that's
content."
awful.
I'm not gonna get.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
not gonna go, and
Appreciate it.
you don't pay to sub to me. How dare you? And to think that this dude, like, he still has people that like wish he would come back. I'm like, it's weird.
That's never gonna happen.
Why? Why do you want that kind of a toxic person to like basically do you enjoy a toxic relationship at that point? Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna give my money to a person who doesn't one, respect it, and two, is just an asshole who doesn't wanna, ever say what's going on in their life. Like, I don't, and I get the whole I don't expect there's no expectation of telling me everything, but for fuck's sake, if I'm giving you $6 a month, like
And some of these people had subscribed to him like
for years,
years.
like
And
years, dude.
and I mean like future subscriptions, like they would pay for a subscription for
Yeah.
like 2 years or whatever it is.
Oh,
Like, I
like
remember
bought
what
up
really
in advance.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember what really
Wow.
set off the community because they shut down the whole Reddit. They shut it all
Oh yeah, I
down.
forgot about that. Oh my God, I forgot
Oh,
about
remember the
that.
whole Reddit
Oh yeah,
drama?
it was so
That was
bad.
so bad, dude.
Such bad drama.
I've never talked about any of this, and I think it's good time now because it's been years away.
Yeah.
But because I wanted to wait for years to
Dude,
go
I
by.
forgot all about
But he had a Reddit, and then his one mod that was so power fucking hungry was like, "You can't criticize. This isn't a criticism." I'm like, then why did he get in the business of like being a public figure?
Right.
Like that would be me like saying in a video, you don't get to
Like,
criticize this.
nobody was demanding like to know everything about his private life or anything. Like they just wanted like
Yeah,
a crumb of context of what was happening to the channel. you
like
know?
maybe people care about you. Like,
Exactly.
huh?
Well, I was just getting ready to
Like
say,
it's
I
not a
hope like
crime.
him and Rich are doing okay. Like
And yeah, please understand. Like I do. Rich seems like he's gotten better, and he's doing his Rich Tomorrow YouTube channel now.
I haven't seen any of that.
And
so
he
I
is
didn't
just
know.
he is actually finally back to doing the content that I liked him doing,
Well, that's good.
that a lot of people liked him doing.
I hope he
Um,
found what he
I hope
needed
he's
to find.
fine. As far as other guy, he has
We have
ghosted
no
everyone.
idea.
He has
Yeah.
not been active on anything. And but what I was gonna say was what set the entire community off against him and blew up in his face was he loves playing Dark Souls games. So Elden Ring came out, like the big like
Oh my God,
game.
yes.
Remember
I forgot
this?
about this. Oh my
And
God.
he did 2 sponsored streams, and then he at the end of his second one, he goes, "Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Elden Ring. I'm so glad."
And he never
And
came back.
he ghosted for like 7 months.
7 months. Yeah, it was bad. People were like, what the fuck?
Like it'd be like Josh, you'd be like, you watch The Boys, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, well, next week on The Boys, and they don't come back for like 7 months and never
Still
tell you
never
why.
fucking come back.
Never say anything to you about it.
Well, and the thing was,
Well, no,
and
that's happened to me before with a different YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I was really into this little community, the Friday the 13th network.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
dude just
Okay.
fucking disappeared. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know if I ever told you the story where like we
Yeah.
were both in line together to go see Bruce Campbell. And I
Yeah.
turned around, I'm like, holy shit, you're Friday the 13th network. And he's like, cool, man, yeah. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
really, like I really dig your shit.
And it's like
And I'm
people like
talking
that.
within like 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's a guy who what's his name? Rival is ringside. Because I'm a big WWE 2K25 or a 2K player. Like it's my one game I put hundreds of hours in. And so I watch as some
Yeah.
people do, if you really enjoy a game, you probably watch people who play the game. And there was a guy named Rival, and I would watch his My Faction content because he always gave good tips on like how to get points and stuff. flat out stopped doing any content like
Oh,
3 months or 2 months into WWE 2K25 coming out. He hasn't came back since.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, well, I hope he's okay. Because like your first thought, if you're a good person, is are they all
you
right?
never
Like
know.
happened.
Yeah.
So I checked on Twitter, and he's posting on Twitter all the time and updates and things. Well, not updates, but he's retweeting stuff, but never really making actual posts. So I mean, he's active and stuff, but and he's had people in his um like his last video. They're like, "Are you okay? Like, what happened?" Like, and then I remember responding to one of his more recent Twitter posts, and I was like, "Are you all right?" And we miss you on YouTube, and he said nothing. So I'm just like, man, how do people get that way? Like,
Damn,
I don't understand it. Like, don't. What I'll say is, don't take what you do for granted, and don't take your audience for granted. These are
Yeah.
the people that got you to where you are. Like, people like that Twitch streamer just pissed on his audience straight
Yeah.
up. Like, don't do that. Why be that person? And if you're going to be those people that are surrounded by that person who are a wall for them, and you tell other people don't be that mad, fuck you. Like, people are allowed to be mad. You don't get to like have all your cake and eat it too, and act like no one else is supposed to be upset about you ghosting
Yeah.
them. That's shitty. Especially people who have supported you for 10 plus years.
Yep.
That dude's like an OG Twitch streamer. He's an OG OG. It means he's had 90 plus month subscribers. Just ghosted him. Shitty. Like, that's flat out shitty. No, like, hey guys, I'm retiring from Twitch. I'm not doing this anymore. The community had to find out from his mod that he retired.
Wow.
And then they shut the whole sub down
And then just shut it all down. Damn.
and just shut it all down. Like, I'm like, wow, that's what a great send off. What a great send off for your community and for your audience.
Mhm.
Wow. All the money you made off of us, I hope it was worth it.
Oh yeah.
He
Well,
was the very first channel I ever paid to sub to.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I don't do that. And you know what? I think I'm very cautious. I will tell you this, by the way, if you are a person who gives money to content creators, be cautious.
Mhm.
Some of these people they just look at you as dollar signs. One thing that we will also never do here. We won't do that here. Anyway. So, all right, y'all. It's about an hour and 40 minutes in this episode.
I say this is a really long episode, but
well,
I did want
Still
to add
didn't get
one
to
little
talk
thing.
tell all of our things.
I know.
Yeah, I never even got to finish what I was saying, so I'm just gonna give like 2 quick shout outs.
Yes, do it.
And then you said don't, take. Does anyone remember? Do you remember when my favorite like long-term favorite YouTube creator like suddenly died in a car accident? I
Who?
was really fucked up about it.
Who
I was
was
like,
that?
I don't know. I feel like I should make some sort of like video about it, but I don't even know if I can. And I think I did. I don't even remember if I did because I was just so
Who was
fucked
this?
up because it was Comic Storian where he would go and he
Oh.
would just read comics to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, man,
Aw,
that sucks.
man.
Damn. I think I remember.
And then it turns out that the other guy who like does the same thing on YouTube, they were
Yeah.
like friends in real life.
Aw.
So that dude had a whole like public, like, hey man, I'm not handling this really well. Like my best friend died. Like I know we had, alternating YouTube channels, but I really love that guy. Like
Yeah.
I'm not doing okay. And it was just kind of a big thing for a while. And it's like, sometimes you got to think about that too. But that kind of ties into what you were saying. But no, someone else, Justin Wang does Tales from
Dude,
the
I
Internet.
love Wang.
Absolutely.
Why
We
does that name
cannot do
sound
this
familiar?
episode without giving a quick shout out to him.
I fucking
Love-
love Wang, dude.
Some
What
some
does
love
he
to
do?
Justin
That
Wang.
name sounds really familiar.
Oh yeah. And then
So
he's
Wang
got
is-
another buddy that does kind of the same thing, Wavy Web
Hold
Surf.
on.
I always think of Justin Wang as the R-rated, and Wavy Web Surf is kind of like the PG-13 rated.
So Wang tells all these dark like internet stories.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
He's like an internet historian.
Ooh.
but he's like adult.
So speaking
Yeah.
of somebody that I want to, throw a name out too, Bailey
Oh yeah,
Sarian.
absolutely.
Bailey Sarian. I don't watch her as much
Never heard of her.
anymore, but she does mystery makeup and murder or something like that. Like I can't think of the name of it right now, but she has her own podcast now. She has a whole like big thing, but it started
Okay.
out just her doing makeup and telling these creepy stories
Nice.
about like murder or mysteries or stuff that's been unsolved, and now she's got
Okay.
now she's got a whole big production. But yeah, she started out really simple, but yeah. When you were talking about
Mm.
creepy stories and stuff like that, that reminded me. She's great. She's
And then
amazing.
one that Rachel and I listened to for a really long time is called Coffee House Murders, where it's a dude just kind of has a real soothing voice and talks about true crime. But
Oh, cool.
Oh, there you go.
another one that I really love that I absolutely had to talk about because it's kind of a funny thing. This dude's named Bruce Stew, and he just tells stories of his life that he has then animated to YouTube. And it's like this dude has such a crazy life
That's
that
cool.
for a
I
minute I
like
had to
that.
be like, did we grow up in the same fucking neighborhood? Because there were so many similarities. They did like backyard wrestling on the trampoline with ladders and all sorts of stuff. And it turns out that this kid, like this dude, grew up actually pretty close to us. Um,
Oh,
it's just
that's
my
actually
theory
pretty
that
funny.
he is like alternate mirror universe version of me and my friends
That's
because
funny.
the stories are absolutely similarities. It's ridiculous. But he's got this one video about like somebody farting on the elevator at the Hyatt Regency in Indianapolis, and I'm like, yo, I farted on
That's
the Hyatt Regency.
ridiculous.
No,
I
it's
would
funny though. I,
say
I I like a lot of his videos though, for sure.
I would say a quick one for me, a quick shout out for me
Yeah.
is this guy. His voice cracks me up enough because of the way he gets when he gets mad at games. He's a very adult streamer.
Mhm.
As he will like say shit like he'll be like "fuck my dad" or something, and he'll like get
Oh
mad.
God, how can
I know,
I
I
not
know,
mention
I know,
him?
I know. I have to talk about Troy Dan.
Oh, I
Troy
love
Dan.
watching him.
You didn't used to
No,
because you
I didn't.
hated
Because
his
his
voice.
voice reminds me, and whenever Brian, I have very sensitive ears.
He sounds like
I do.
real quick. He sounds like Gilbert
Gilbert
Godfrey.
Godfrey.
Yeah, when
And
he gets mad.
whenever Brian
Oh
watches
God.
him, he does.
That's
But
funny as
whenever
fuck.
Brian watches him, I have to have him turn the volume down
He's loud.
because it's not just that he's loud. It's not the volume. It's the pitch and the
Pitch of his
tone. The
voice.
pitch of his voice just like makes me want to stab my eardrum.
So, for instance, he'll be like, "Jesus Christ," and like just say it like that.
It's so exaggerated, but it is the pitch of his voice. If you watch it, Josh, you have to watch it at a high volume at first because
To
Brian
really understand.
to understand because
Yeah,
Brian does watch the TV loud.
I do, but
He
yeah.
does. And so when he
But-
comes on, I'm just like, dude, no, turn it down.
But he's a
Gotta
big
turn it down. I can't.
but he's Canadian and he's a big wrestling fan and he always says rustling,
Yeah.
rustling like
And
he's
he
rustling.
Oh no.
And I'm
Rustling.
sure he
He
says that
does
on
this
purpose.
stuff on purpose.
And
It's
he's just
Oh, yeah.
hilarious
but
and
he acts like he doesn't. I like that.
and he'll do vlogs like I just spent $15,000 to go to the Royal Rumble, or I just spent
Yeah.
like he'll do like front row ringside stuff for like he's a
Okay.
big wrestling fan. He loves to go live.
It's funny when he
and
rage quits because you can't
it turns the full
sometimes you
stream off.
can't tell if he's being like serious or
Yeah.
not because he has that type of demeanor a lot.
And then his shout out to his second channel, Troy Dan Reacts, because he loves reacting to like shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about his reaction.
He like does like remember he was doing reaction to like bad drivers and he'd be like, oh my God, like freak out.
I don't
Um,
get into his reaction videos quite as much as I do his live stuff or whatever because I feel like he pauses his reaction.
We would be very amiss and very wrong if we didn't end this show without mentioning our friend Henry Phillips.
Oh my gosh.
Eh,
Oh my gosh.
If you want to learn how to cook,
No.
if you want to learn from
No.
a professional cook, professional
No.
chef, there's the reason why she's saying that. Please do yourself a favor. We have actually had Henry Phillips on our show before.
We
Mhm.
need to have him back on.
We are in talks. I have spoken with him. He's a comedian. He has done the Bob and Tom show in Indianapolis. He's a good friend. Yeah, we might not talk all the time, but when we talk for a good time. And he's fantastic.
He has this cat.
He has
roast
a
beef.
cat named Roast Beef. Such a cute cat. But what he does is he is a chef. He's a good
Mhm.
one too. I don't know why you're saying no.
I'm gonna hurt you.
But he does comedical cooking, if you will, where You know what's so great is if I could make a compilation video of all the times Raven has watched
Oh
him,
my God. You should
and
see my face.
she's just like she's already reacting to it.
And I
He'll
know.
do some funny shit.
Oh my God.
Like he'll cuss, he'll say, "Well, fuck that," and like he'll do it like such a nonchalant way, or
Mhm.
he'll
He'll try, no, he'll
like,
try
okay,
to
for instance,
bleep
hold
it
on,
out, but he puts
he
the beep
misses
in the
the
wrong
bleeps.
spot.
Yeah, like for instance, one thing he did.
This out of his own kitchen. It's
So
so
it's
funny.
called Henry's Kitchen. Look it up on YouTube. An example of the great things he does is one time he
Are you
was
talking
like,
about the peanut butter and
he
jelly?
was like, well, we have to smash up these nuts, so we're gonna smash them up. And he goes, first you want to put them on a plate, and you
Oh
want
my God.
and then you want to cover the plate with the thing,
With a
like
towel.
with a towel. And he hit it with like a jackhammer looking hammer, and he
It's a
fucking
rubber
broke the
mallet. He
and
hit
he
it with a rubber mallet.
and he broke the fucking plate. And he's like, well,
And it
fuck.
didn't even crush any of the nuts. So he was like, we're just gonna put it directly on the counter here.
Remember the shell thing to get the shells out of the yolk?
You mean to get the
Yeah, he
shell
goes
out of the eggs,
egg,
but it was actually
a
a
yolk
yolk separator.
separator, and he
But
squirted the yolk all over the table.
I
Goes, good,
can't.
we got all the eggs out of the shell out of
This
the egg.
guy frustrates me so badly.
I messaged Henry. I messaged Henry. I was like, you should see my wife reacting to some of your videos right now. He goes, oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Cannot
Your
with
face
these
just said,
videos.
I wish I could see you have your hand. She has her hands like over her face right now. Like she's like,
Oh my
right now.
God. My fingers are over my eyes.
I call him the Michael Scott of cooking because
Oh my God.
just so
That's a pretty good,
hilarious when he does it.
except he's not over the top like Michael Scott gets.
No,
He's not over the top.
he's very odd, funny, like awkward funny. You know,
Yeah, not odd, awkward.
yeah.
Just watch him.
Do yourself a favor. Go watch
You
Henry's
will
Kitchen
not
on
be
YouTube.
sorry.
You will not be sorry. You might react like how Raven does.
Despite my reactions, he's fucking
This
hilarious.
is why I have to watch him with you because I watch you make it better.
He's
Because you'll go,
fantastic.
stop it. Stop doing that. So stupid. Why would you? And she
No, I
does
didn't say it
comedy.
like that. I'm just like, that's not what it is. You're doing, you're using the wrong side of the knife. You're doing
You know what I
that.
think we need to do?
Like
I think
insane.
we before we have Henry back on our show, we need to go and watch them all again. Start the whole thing over
Or
from the very beginning and watch all of
do
his
you want
episodes
me
again.
to like have a coronary?
That's exactly why, because I love your reactions to his shit. But yeah, go listen to that episode of The Next Level.
Despite my
It's one
reactions,
of our
he's one of my absolute favorites. I
He
absolutely
is.
love watching him, and
But-
he's just such a nice guy.
yeah, we actually shipped him out roast beef's chef's hat.
Got him a chef's hat.
And he,
So
and he
cute.
would cook with,
Nice.
and on his future videos, he cooks with like roast beef next to him, and he has the chef hat that we bought him on. Super fucking
great.
cool to see. But Henry's done 2 movies. He's done Punching the Clown and then Punching Henry, which we need to watch those too before we have.
He also has had old, well, I guess I call them shorts, but short videos of the Highwayman.
The Highwayman. He did a really great interview with Larry King on Larry King Live,
He has some stand-up comedy
and
shorts.
he does stand up. But we're gonna have Henry Phillips back on the show. But go listen to that episode. It's a video episode. So you can see him. I was talking to him. He's in the kitchen.
He's great.
And he's fantastic. We're gonna have him back on again. But we really gotta go.
Yeah.
We're getting to about 2 hours. So thank you guys.
I just can't believe
So
we didn't talk
much.
about him at the beginning, but
I know.
it's a good way to end it. It was a good way to end
But
it.
thank you guys so much for listening to our show. We super duper appreciate you. And we love that you guys listen to our show. Thank you so much this year for doing that. One of our upcoming, our last episode of the year is going to be an entire look back at 2025. So that'll be coming
That's a
out,
lot.
and all the things we enjoyed.
Do you think this episode was long?
That's going to be like a 4 hour.
No, it's not.
No. We're also going to probably talk. We are going to be doing. I will be going live. By the way, just some programming notes. I will be going live, for the Game Awards on December 11th. I will be doing my annual live stream on Twitch and YouTube. Hopefully, Josh will join me for that, or come in at some point. Maybe do a run in for that.
Depends
I will
on what day it is. Yeah.
I will be. It's on Thursday, December 11th, which will be the week that this releases. I'll be there no matter who is there. That's
Yeah.
totally fine.
I will miss
live
it.
live reacting to the winners and the losers, and all the fun trailers are going to come out for the Game Awards that do every year. So
Yeah.
be on the lookout for that.
I'll be
But
there in
thanks so much.
spirit.
But thanks so much for watching or listening to the show. No matter where you're at, we do appreciate you hanging on with us. Even if you just had us on in the background, like maybe we have some of our favorite people on in the background. It's still all appreciated the same. Take care, guys. We'll see you then. Later.